Po on the beat.
I couldn't believe it, even when out of eye, and I still couldn't see it. This is much deeper than flesh and blood. Nigga, we fighting demons. Been double dead by the devil, and I'm still in the field. Now you get to watch me get it up out of the mud. I couldn't believe it, even when I was out of eye, and I still couldn't see it. This is much deeper than flesh and blood. Nigga, we fighting demons. I've been double dead by the devil, and I'm still undefeated. Now y'all get to watch me get it up out of the mud.
Now y'all get to see me without a mud. Everything that I do gon' be out of love. And I'm tired of these trials and these tribulations. And I'm sick of my name always getting drugged. But no, I ain't budge. All of this money and you not pursuing it. All of this time you don't know what to do with it. Counterproductive and counterintuitive. Why you be acting like you all brand new to it? Straight from the gutter, boy, we getting sewer. As soon as we get it, you know we gon' move it quick. All of this money I made from the block. Get out the game and invest it in stock. Bought me a whip, get the rest of it up. When you saving on stuff, man, it messes them up. We gon' be fine, but we stay on our grind. All of my niggas is stepping it up, and they foot on our neck and no letting it up. We level the playing field, even the battle. My son is a scientist, he's splitting atoms. Need us more geniuses, I know we got them. I know it's in us, I'm bringing it out. I know I ain't perfect, I'm making them model on Capitol Hill, and I'm bringing them houses. The path that I'm on should nobody follow.
I couldn't believe it, even when out of eye, and I still couldn't see it. This is much deeper than flesh and blood. Nigga, we fighting demons. Been double dead by the devil, and I'm still in the field. Now you get to watch me get it up out of the mud. I couldn't believe it, even when I was out of eye, and I still couldn't see it. This is much deeper than flesh and blood. Nigga, we fighting demons. I've been double dead by the devil, and I'm still undefeated. Now y'all get to watch me get it up out of the mud.
We fought hard on this road this longer. Fighting each other won't make us no stronger. Honey, this nigga's been fighting this hunger. I'm at my worst and ain't getting no wronger. No change of signs, I'm making it through. I flip a chair or a table or two. They won't believe what I'm able to do. I'm making these moving, this a new movement. My dog at the gate and all praises Anubis. I'm getting too lit in my boat pack with doobies. On my way up and I break through your roofing. Shot for the moon and it made me a star. Got so much drive I can make it tomorrow. Can't promise today that I'll make it tomorrow. Every dime that we make is to pay what we borrow. It's to pay what we borrow.
Power to the dark side, family. Power to the dark side. Today will be Sunday worship with the dark side. We will definitely be continuing something started a couple of weeks back by, of course, the DMT. And so we will definitely be continuing this. This is definitely a part of our culture. And it's definitely something that we need to be involved in. Shout out to you, Green 101. I appreciate you guys. Those of you who are definitely here at just the right time. And like I said, for the last few years or however long I've been on YouTube, the Black Church has been a punching bag for every different denomination or way of thinking. It's just been a punching bag. I noticed that. And it's funny because none of these clowns who've been punching on the Black Church put in more work than the Black Church. I just find that kind of funny. And I can't exclude myself because I was one of them that was using it as a punching bag. But you have to mature. You have to mature. And that comes with time and that comes with knowledge. And so understanding my gripe that I have with the Black Church, I no longer are into those type of doctrines anymore. I really don't have a gripe. I really don't have a problem. So I have to now examine how we look at us, ourselves, and our culture from a different lens. And the beautiful thing that I noticed about the church is that you see our culture resonate through it. Like, they snuck it in there so well, immersed it in there so well, that it just seems like every time we come together, we come together with a different mindset. And I think that that's the beautiful thing about the church. You see our culture resonate through it. Like, they snuck it in there so well, immersed it in there so well, that it just seems like every time we come together, we come together with a different mindset. And I think that that's the beautiful thing about the church. You see our culture resonate through it. Like, they snuck it in there so well, immersed it in there so well, that when you at first hand you would think you were looking at a regular church, but the difference is you realize that no, it's not a regular church. This is where the spirit resides, right? And so, and I'm not talking about anybody else's church doesn't have a spirit. My point is that the spirit of black people is in the black church. So the disconnection from that has been an issue. Now, I do believe that there are some things that need to be cleaned up in the black church, but these are issues that cannot be cleaned up if you're not there to do the cleaning, right? If you're not there to do the cleaning, that's like having a great maintenance man, but he's sick all the time. I mean, he hell when he well, but he's just sick all the time. Those types of situations um, are what we like to say your best availability. Your best ability is availability, right? The number one ability is being able to be there. That's number one. That's the first thing that's going to separate Greg Oden from uh, LeBron or anybody. The first thing is availability. You got to be there in order to have an impact. So the simple changes that we're looking at and the dynamics and the direction of some of the things that we don't like to see in the black church, you have to be there. I watched me when things weren't going right, the money wasn't counted right, whatever was it. I watched them physically put a man out, whether he was pastor or whoever. I watched them physically do it. So it just shows you that is your job to keep correction, right? Because especially those of you who are the priests and you can see the fact that you can see what's going on. See, just because you're the priest, it doesn't mean that they're necessarily the congregation that you're a part of. You're leading. That's not what that means. The priest is, see, there's levels to it. It's like what they say about being a leader. Sometimes the best leader knows when to let others lead. That's what makes the best leader. So all of these places or congregations that you may be a part of, you may not be the faith, but you are a priest. You are a priest, especially now. Not all of you are priests, but those of you who understand, who know, who see it differently, who study, those of you that brings out something different. And so when we move into, um, and I hope y'all can hear me all right. I got on some different headphones and probably have to put in my other stuff. But we can't forget about that backbone, right? And it has operated as a backbone for us for a while since we've been here. Those are like our beginnings, our origins. You understand? So the conversation sometimes is convoluted by doctrine, but that's when doctrine becomes the problem. Is now when it's trumping culture. It's trumping culture. the issue that I had with the black church was that they didn't read the Bible. Well, now I don't really care about that, so it's like, well, what's the point of me separating from the black church? So today is another day to where not only do we get together for this Darkside worship, but today is the day that hopefully you're able to be filled by the Spirit. So, with no further shout out to you, Terry Smoot. Yeah, brother, the possessions is getting ready to start right now. So, if you are afraid of the Spirit, it's just you run now. But let's go ahead and get it started. Darkside Sunday worship.
Take me to the King. I don't have much to bring. My heart is torn in pieces. It's my offering. Take me to the King.
Truth is, I'm tired. Options are few. I'm trying to pray, but where are you? I'm all churched out, hurt and abused. I can't fake what's left to do. Come on. Truth is, I'm weak. No strength to fight, no tears to cry. Even if I tried, but still my soul refuses to die. One touch will change my life. Take me to the King. I don't have much to bring. My heart's torn in pieces. It's my offering. Lay me at the throne. Leave me there alone to gaze upon your glory and sing to you. Please take me to I don't have much to bring. My heart's torn to pieces. It's my offering.
You know what you've been doing. They've been behind the scenes the whole time, spreading wickedness, putting lies on all of that. And see, the difference is they're crying and crying and crying for justice when they know they ain't in good standing. They know they ain't in good standing. There's consequences to that. When you call on justice, you better be in good standing. You better be, because it'll knock on your door too. Don't forget that. A lot of people been fighting against these different demons. I know, and you can tell what's going on if you just really kind of take a look back. This is why the song is much deeper than flesh and blood. This is not understanding truly what we up against. We really ain't understanding what we're up against. The depth, how far are these demons willing to go? You're witnessing it right now. Look how much confusion, chaos, slander, all of this is all going on all at the same time. So much mudslinging. Nobody is going to come out clean. That's why you need to be in right standing. What are you doing this for? What are you doing this for? Is this for the message to change? Is this for the minds to change? Is this for our actions to change? Or are you doing this for the clout? Be careful crying out for judgment. Be careful crying out for justice when you know you ain't in good standing. You have to put yourself in the place. And that's why, and a lot of people don't understand what these sacrifices are. Sometimes the sacrifice is it's just time, it's comfortability. What are you willing to go through to give those around you a chance at knowledge they may not have had a shot at? And is this knowledge that you are even presenting something that can not only uplift, but change the very way that we see each other and the way that we see this world? Yeah, the Holy Spirit is moving. Sooner or later, we're going to have to all get on one accord. We're gonna have to get on one accord. And you cannot do that but through spirit. You can't do it without the spirit. Everybody has led us astray. The different doctrines, the different silliness, the attacks on the black church, all of this was just separating the family. This plays a key role in it. So yeah, it's not only capital, but it was this all out attack. It's been free game on the black church for long enough. For long enough. The spirit. The spirit is already moved. The tide is changing. The way we see ourselves is changing. The way we see our culture is changing. There is a shift taking place. And the 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 ultimate evolution of this or of our minds is going to be when the black church evolves, which it is currently. It is currently evolving, shifting, and shaping itself, just like voodoo. Just like voodoo is shaping and molding itself for the times that we are in now. You have to be there in order to guide that change along. If you ain't there to guide that change, then you're leaving the sheep unattended around a bunch of wolves. And that's part of the issue. We came up with these different doctrines and different excuses to leave the women and the children unattended. This in itself has put us at a disadvantage in our own community because we allow wolves, people who weren't in it for the love of the people, but people who are only in it for the capital, we allowed them to do what? Turn it into a hustle. Some of us participated. Some of us participated. That's a bad look in itself. But that's why it's important that we get our value system together. What exactly is it that we are beginning to value? What is it? As we start to value things that are fictitious or things that can never necessarily uh, like 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 the value in cars that can create a lot of times a lust that can never be satisfied. You always need to connect in the loop. And like as we see the people with iPhones and all kinds of different things. But the only thing next in the new. It's going to take very special people in order to change that type of mindset. It may not be nothing that happens fast, but it's something that has to happen. So where does it start? That's the first thing you have to ask. Where does it start? And that's why when people say that the war, that this thing is spiritual, they can't see it. You can tell these people are blind. There's no question they're blind. Why? Hmm? How can they not see that the change must happen in the mind? That's spiritual. That is a shift in consciousness, which they hate that word, but so what? It's a shift in consciousness. If that's spiritual, the change first must come within the value that we take on. So if you, as long as we value the luxury, the capital, the lifestyle, then we're always going to be susceptible to those who control that lifestyle. That's what you feel to realize. Because once you fall into the lust of this game, it's never enough. Nothing is ever enough. Nothing. You're never satisfied. It's always something. That's why you got to understand that the war is first spiritual. It's in the mind. How do you think you're going to be able to fight when you're scared to starve? That's an issue that's taking place in your own mind. You have to overcome that part first before you even think about entering into the fight. Understand what you're entering into. A lot of us are lacking and think, well, it's just taking it. It's bigger than taking it on. It's bigger than physical fighting. Your mind, you're not even in the right mindset. Right now, there are still those amongst us who would sell us out for trinkets. We're watching it play out right now as we watch YouTube for the trinket. Look at the tour night. Look at those wicked ass things. Look at them. But look at what's going on with Crumble. They don't even see it. And it's sad because you're watching, they jumped onto it thinking shit for no fucking reason. Jumped right onto it like dummies. And it's just getting, the more the ship sinks, the bolder these fools get. That's a demon, bro. Look at them. That's, I mean, we can go down the list. Tour Knights look like dumbass. Completely. Completely. And it's not even close. But they haven't lost 1 ounce of confidence yet. Don't even realize. They damn near, the water is damn near at their neck. They still talking shit. Like, bro, that's why I say, you're watching. So imagine if they would sell it, look at how they sold the sector of people out for trinkets. Could you imagine if we was in some real shit? Look at them. They're, they're selling people out left and right. Our mindset isn't correct. We're not in the right state. We're not thinking the right way. We're scared. We're ready to fight, but scared to do what it actually takes to get it done. And that's an issue. You're scared to do what it actually takes to get it done. That means we have to be in a mindset where we can't be paid off. The only way you're gonna be able to do that, you have to be willing to go without. What about the baby? We've had to do this time and time again. This isn't the first time people have had to do this. There are people who end up lost along the way, misplaced, dead. And that's a scary situation. But love is supposed to get you through that. That's supposed to be, the agapic energy is supposed to be what pushes you through in order for you to be able to make that sacrifice. Yeah, starving is scary. Dying is scary. But somehow, when we look at our civil rights leaders, they as scared as they was, love was able to drive them through to make the necessary sacrifices. You called them from the woods, civil rights activists was in the woods, non-violent, willing to lay down their life. Love is the only thing that could have drove that. That's where agapic energy comes in at. That's where agapic energy comes in at. And that's how it fuels you because it can push you through the fear. It's not the fact. It's okay to be scared. That's cool. But you have to be able to push through that. I hit game winners because I was scared to miss. So I could play bad and then come through in the clutch. I was scared to lose. We got some cicadas, man. That's crazy, man. They're going in. That's my first time actually hearing it like that. But look at what people are valuing and the dangerous game about this system is they created an even newer value system, which is attention. Once attention became a form of currency, it created a whole new ego in itself. It created an even lower tier for you to start selling out at. And that's bad. I mean, it really is. But understand how these different currencies and different things that we are trying to value in this system are hurting us and affecting us. Because now people are willing to do anything, whether it's throw you under the bus, they're even willing to throw themselves under the bus in order to gain the currency called attention. So we got, and that's why I say that's something that's spiritual. To change that, that has to start in the mind. I know a lot of times when y'all hear spirit or spiritual, y'all get into the spooky mode, but it's talking about the mind. It's the inward man. So when you're talking about the mind or the inward man, that's the first part of the change. That's where you change at first. Is in the mind, and then that manifests itself through the flesh, which is in your actions, your walk. It will show how you make deals. It will expose, especially in a time like this, like the level of negative energy that's around right now is on a whole nother level. I don't even think people are even seeing it. Everything is just toxic. Everything is just toxic. And what sucks about all of this is wow. And and these are serious times and serious topics, and they just been turned into a game. There's been a lot of brothers in what we call the conscious community that have been disappointed in. It's become a game. There's been a lack of a true discussion on the issues that are plaguing people, how we solve these issues, how we presented a type of environment for people to bring these type of issues to the table. And I'm gonna tell you right now, based on what's been going on so far, hell no. I'm telling you right now, no. a lot of people, and I don't know if they've forgotten what the situation is, being sensitive to a lot of the people who are in the audience who have went through certain kinds of abuse as children. They're not even thinking about that shit. They're just like on a whole nother like, and that's how you can tell, man, if the whole thing is a burning house. The whole thing, Inky, Tanetta, all of them dudes, man. These guys is going down, bro. There's no question to it. They just try to take as many people with them as they can. Don't fall into that trap. Understand that what we're up against is much deeper than flesh and blood. Because we fight these demons, getting into mudslinging contests with these fools is unnecessary. It's a distraction. And all we have to do is wait until, what is it, season, all we got to do is wait until, my fault, I'm thinking about the season, until, what is it, September 15th, I believe. Everything gets started then. That's when the real is the real. That's why you got to watch and pay attention to who's all penning, who's all doing damage control everywhere that they going. That'll happen as I got let. Telling the burning shit. That shit is thinking. And you got the dumbass Torah and jump right up on it, talking shit. Like, what are y'all doing? But a lot of these dudes is clowns to negate. They're not in it for people. They're in it for that currency called attention. And I mean, that's cool. You know, that's cool. But say that that's what you want. Don't pretend like you're about black people when you know you're really about gaining that currency called attention. There's no need to play. We got season 4 starting. We got trophies in. Hopefully my nigga Domo goes and picks his trophies up today. Hopefully we get the ceremony going. And I want to see, I show them off real quick. Show them off real quick. Like bad boy. Real quick. Appreciation award for Song of the Year. Y'all know what that is. Appreciate that. And then y'all know, man, when it came to that interrogation, wow, you know, It's a reason why I was a rapid fire champion. You know? There's a reason why. You know? And like I said, man, you gotta appreciate stuff like this. You know? You got to. So today, I said, man, we gotta put up something that the demons won't even come around for. So I said, I figured, yeah, today, Monday is the perfect day. The dark side, Sunday worship, the perfect time. I'm telling you now, repent. Quit playing like you about black people when you're really not. Quit playing like you about people when you're really not. No, okay. But yeah, now that the black church is here, nobody has anything to say. That's funny. It's funny. Stay out of the chaos. Separate yourself. Just watch, enjoy, and see how things fall into your life. That time is coming. I'm telling you, it's coming. You are watching a whole fictitious group all fall. And see, what's funny is they've been all playing like nobody had any parts in this game. And we already knew what was going. I'm telling you, don't let the inky fool you. Don't let the other clowns fool you. They all in on it. They all in on it. Dr. Reggie and all of these dudes was going down. All of them. That's why they out everywhere they can be, trying to get their face out there and get their story out there first. So we see you. You're not that slick. You're just not that slick. I see the whole game. And all of y'all are caught up in it. And for the torah night to jump on that board, I don't know what they would think. But hey, and it's just funny because It's HOK. Tour night in the house of E-Frame forever. This nigga Starnetter don't even know who the fuck the house of E-Frame is. Like, it's that bad. He don't even know who the house of E-Frame is. Now, he been calling Costazon. I said that nigga name. Like, wow. He been calling Costazon a white boy all this time. What is he gonna call the house of E-Frame when he see them? He don't even know. He don't even know. And he definitely don't know their doctrine. Because if he knew that, he definitely wouldn't be with that. I can tell you that right now. So there's multiple things going on. Different scenarios. All chaos. But you got some people turning a blind eye. You got some people pretending like they ain't in it. When you know they ain't been it. And you got the clowns that's just in it for the clout. When all of this blows over, though, we will have to have a serious conversation. And you'll have to ask yourself, did we create the environment to handle situations like these? And you will have to say, no. We haven't created the right climate or conditions for people to be able to come out and present certain problems to the community that are occurring in the community. We made the way this whole situation is being handled has turned the problem of silence into an even bigger problem. Because we say that the problem is silence. But why silence? Because look at what happened. Look at how it's handled. Look at what it becomes. But it's cool.
Never would have made it. Never could have made it without you. I would have lost it all. But now I see how you were there for me, and I can say never would have made it. Never could have made it without you. I would have lost it all. But now I see how you were there for me, and I can say I'm stronger, I'm wiser, I'm better, much better. When I look back over all you brought me through, I can see that you were the one I held on to, and I never would have made it. Oh, I never could have made it.
Never could have made it without you.
Somebody just need to testify to somebody next to him. Tell him, I'm stronger, I'm wiser, I'm better, much better. When I look back over what he brought me through, I realize I made it because I had you to hold on to. Now I'm stronger. Now I'm wiser. I'm better. So much better. I made it. Is there anybody in this house other than me that could declare you made it? Tell your neighbor, never would have made it.
Never would have made it.
Tell them never could have made it.
Never could have made it without you.
Oh, I wish I had some help here. I wish I had just 2 or 3 people that would just declare it. Never would have made it. Never could have made it.
Never could have made it without
I just love to encourage myself. Sometimes I just look in the mirror and say, I'm stronger, I'm wise, I am better, so much better. When I look back over what he brought me through, I realize I made it because I had you to hold on to. But I never would have made it. I never could have made it without you. Yeah. Lord.
Understanding where you are now,
Oh,
as opposed to where you could
good
have
God
been.
Almighty, never would have made it.
And a lot of times it's hard.
Never could have made it.
And a lot of times you try to get straight with spirit, but you can't. You can't.
Sing it one more time. All I need
Michael
is
Jordan
one
was on
more
the court.
time. Everybody say with me.
And when he was on the court, there were people who were just as athletic, some who were stronger, some who were faster. But what separated them from Jordan, or Jordan from the other ones? Spirit. Spirit. George's mind was already made up. There's what they had doubt. They had doubt, which is why Peter, we see, right? Why he sinks. And we see Christ does not sink. Peter had doubt. I looked at my mama, my grandmama, and I said, man, if Jesus would have took them by the hand and said, come walk on the water with me, they would have both been walking on water because they had no doubt. Had no doubt. Once they put it out into the universe, they didn't question whether it was coming back. They only questioned how much, whether it would be 10-fold, 20-fold, 30-fold. They knew it was coming back, and it wouldn't come back void. Understand that. That word, that's your word. That's your word. The I. Your word shall not come back void. But you gotta believe it. You have to. Don't be in a position to where you are doubting something that you already know. See, good shooters don't never doubt they shot, even after a miss. Even after 10 misses in a row, they never doubt they shot. Why? Because they know their shot is good. They don't doubt it. They worked on it long enough. So yeah, it does take work. It's something that you have to practice. But through changing the mind, all things are possible. But there has to be your own shift in consciousness. What you value has to change. I am because we are able to understand the dynamic that you are up against is a demon. The fight doesn't start until you change your spirit. When the spirit changes, then we will see the fight manifest itself in the flesh that will take care of itself. But first, you gotta be willing to starve. You don't want it that bad yet. You gotta be willing and ready to die. But you're not, because you don't want it that bad yet. You're not ready to be misplaced. You just don't want it that bad. Now you don't. But as more people's mind begins to change, as right now the first part of this is the spiritual tug of war. We have to win the spiritual battle first. Otherwise, you can pay off anybody. They can offer them anything they want to offer in order to silence them, in order to shut them up. All of which are dangerous to how we plan on moving when we move forward. All of them are. With that being said, if you are listening to this, together, we are Babel. Let's build. Power to the Darkside family. Make sure you go and get your daily possession today, whether it be through gospel music or you head to the church itself. Blessings be upon you and yours.
私はここ
Reparations on the table, nigga, we ain't seen shit. Put us under pressure, nigga, we ain't even sweat. Came out shining like a diamond in the middle, what's a mess? On Martin Luther King, bitch, we coming for a check. Headed to the Capitol to stake my feelings in the mind of a radical, you can't ride with me. I'm my only witness when I handle my business. Pull it from their hips, say bye-bye, Billy. No more time for no coasting, I'm on the highway focused. I ain't even smoking, I'm just riding my emotion. Both eyes open, I'm just trying to keep calm. Put an extra set of eyes on them doing recon. Knee deep in snow, say you trying to keep going. Told him get up out the cold before my nigga deform. Every old wound seem to getting retorn. I'ma write deep poems to a nigga reborn. I'ma make a statement before I make it out alive. No Channel 5, I would rather make it live. Before the news try to make a nigga out alive. But the pain in my eyes on a much bigger prize. 5-0 on both hands in the sky. Little do they know it's no plan to survive. I ain't finna give them no chance to decide. I'ma put they feet in both hands in the fire. Dancing in the fire like Eshak. You gon' test the water, never get both feet wet. We done overexposed the city defense to the overexposure indecent. They don't know they diving in the deep end. Ain't no way that they surviving through the weekend. Everything blown in the flash like a beacon. Drowned in the flames, it's too late to let it sink in. Got 10 ways I can be vengeful. Sitting on 10 grenades, every last pinful. This guerrilla war, they don't know what they in for. I can hear them at the door trying to move in slow. I can hold them off, I got 3 shots. Taking every soul for at least 3 blocks. I can smell the fire burning through the sheetrock. Seeing bodies in the flame, nigga try and reach out. This is how you practice what you finna speak out. Thinking about the facts that they try to leave out. This is for my roots running through the deep south. Dying for a cause, what we finna beef out. If you ain't about the cause, what you finna beef out. Showing up deep, we gon' bring the streets out. Every man line up, showing what your street out. An independent state, what a nigga need now. たった一人の